Problem solving, making what seems impossible possible. The first step to problem solving is understanding the problem. Listen to the audio. Think about what happened and what went wrong.
Hello? Can I speak to you?
Sure, come on in.
I was thinking of taking the month of April off to go home to visit my family. They are living in Yerevan right now. I plan to leave on Friday, 2 weeks from today.
You'll be gone for the entire month?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any flexibility around that? This is a very busy time for us. Finding someone to cover you is going to be difficult.
I don't know. Finding replacements is not my job. I have actually already bought my ticket, and I leave on April 1st and return on April 30th.
I wish you would have spoken with me first. This puts me in a very difficult position.
I just heard that my grandmother was sick and I need to go home.
Wasn't your grandmother sick at Christmas time as well? Like I said, this puts us in a very difficult position. I'll have to hire somebody to replace you.
Sorry.
There are 3 important aspects of problem solving. First, consider the Canadian workplace culture. Second, planning. And third, communication. The Canadian workplace. In the Canadian workplace, the following features are very important. Time. Time holds a lot of value. Meeting deadlines, being efficient, and respecting the time of others is a big part of workplace culture. Troubleshooting issues under your responsibility. Your boss will expect you to anticipate potential problems associated with your workplace responsibility and look for solutions before approaching him or her. Clear communication about work-related tasks. Keep people in the loop. Let the people affected by your problem or issue know what's happening so they can better understand your situation and offer support. Planning ahead. Don't leave decisions or problems to the last minute to solve. If unexpected things happen, inform those affected right away so they can also better manage their time and efforts. Have a backup plan in case things change again, and offer up solutions instead of problems whenever possible. Communicate using the cultural framework, the ABCs of communication. Approaching. What do you have to do to prepare for the interaction? B. Bridging. What do you need to say or do to start the interaction? What body language, words, or other factors do you need to consider bridging the gap? C. Communicating and closing. Communicating. What are the key messages that you need to send? This component is the body of your meeting or communication. Closing. What do you need to say or do to build the relationship and finish on a positive word? Let's think about the audio for a minute.
Hello. Could I have a moment to talk to you?
Sure, come on in and sit down.
Thank you. I'm thinking of going home to Yerevan for the month of April. I understand this is a short notice and I wouldn't do this if I hadn't heard from my parents that my grandmother has got much sicker in the last few weeks.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your grandmother. How much of April were you thinking of taking?
I haven't made any definite plans yet because I wanted to talk to you first. I'd like to spend as much time with my family as possible, especially if the worst happens. I looked at the month and I had already booked off the Easter week. I have asked Maria if she would mind covering my shifts for a couple of weeks, and she said she was willing. I would only need to look for someone to cover off that last week in April. If we can't find anyone, I would be willing to come back a week earlier so you wouldn't be in a bind.
Thank you so much for finding a replacement. You know, that last week in April, I think we'll be able to find someone. Maybe we can ask Julie. She's been asking for more hours as well. You know what, I'm sure we'll manage. That gives us more than a month to find someone. If worst comes to worst, we could always manage with fewer staff. It really isn't a busy week.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead and book your tickets. I hope all will be well with your family.
Thank you.
Let's apply the cultural map framework. Approaching. First, the employee asked coworkers to see if they might cover her shifts. She also talked to her family about options for travel. She organized work tasks to better communicate what would need to be done in her absence. And she chose a time to speak with her boss when the boss was not busy. Bridging. To start the interaction, she asked, "Can I speak with you for a moment?" Ideally, you would make eye contact and have relaxed, open body language. She could say, "Something unexpected has come up." Or she said, "I was wondering if it might be possible to take some time off." Communicating. This was the body of her message. She stated the reasons for taking time off. Her grandmother was sick. She stated the length of time that she wanted to take off. In this case, it was 1 month. She talked about what she had done to prepare for her absence. This included asking people to cover her shift. In closing, in order to build a relationship, she was ready to compromise and be flexible. She said, "If you need me back earlier, I will come." She also thanked her boss and appreciated her understanding.